Good morning, students. See the 24th question. The force of repulsion between two identical positive charges when kept with a separation r in air is F. Half the gap between the two charges is filled by a dielectric slab of dielectric constant 4. Half gap is filled. The new force of repulsion between the two charges is what? Okay. What is the question here they are asking is, see, initially two charges are there. This is Q1, this is Q2. What is the force between them when they are separated by a distance of r in the air? Force between them will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by r square. Now later what they did, in between these two, Q1 and Q2, half gap is filled with dielectric of dielectric constant 4. Here they kept a dielectric. Remaining gap, remaining normal air is there. What is the new force between them? That is the question. Now I am assuming new force is F dash. Actually, what is the formula? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R minus T plus root K into T whole square. This is the formula. So here what will happen? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R minus R by 2. So half gap is filled na. So R T value will be R by 2. Thickness of the dielectric. This is root 4 into R by 2 whole square. So this value 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R minus R by 2 means R by 2. 2 root 4 will cancel. So this is R whole square. So R plus 2R by 2 means 3R by 2. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by 3R by 2 whole square. So this value will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square into 4 by 9. This 2 will goes to numerator. 3 square means 4. Let it be equation 2 and let it be equation 1. You divide 2 by 1, what you will get? See, F dash by F is equal to this 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught R square Q1 Q2 by R square. Here and here what is there? They will cancel. Only 4 by 9 will come. F dash is equal to 4F by 9. So that is the new force between the two charges. So what will be the answer for this means 4F by 9 means this is the answer. Next. See the next question what they are asking. Certain charge 2Q is divided. 25th question. A certain charge 2Q is divided at first into two parts Q1 and Q2. Later the charges are placed at certain distance. The force of interaction between the two charges is maximum. When force of interaction, here 2Q is there. It is divided into two parts. First part charge on this is Q1. Second part charge on it is Q2. Maximum force is there between these two means how we have to divide the charge? We have to divide the charge equally. So here charge will be Q Here charge will be Q. The point is understanding. To have the maximum force between the two charges, we have to divide them equally. Means Q1 value will be how much? Q. Q2 value will be how much? That is also Q. Then capital Q by Q1 is how much they are asking. Here what we can understand, Q1 value will be equal to Q. So Q by Q1 is equal to Q by Q1 value is also Q here. See, these two will cancel. So this value is equal to 1. So 25th question, this is the option for this. Clear? Next. See the 26th question, what they are asking. A particle of mass m, charge q, is placed at rest in a uniform electric field capital E and then released. The kinetic energy attained by the particle after moving a distance y. So here initially particle is at rest, later it came into motion. So the kinetic energy acquired by the particle is equal to potential energy. This value is F into S, basic formula. Here F value is equal to EQ. F into S, this is force into displacement. Force on the particle will be EQ. Displacement value is Y. So EQY will be the answer. So third option will be the answer for this 26th question. See the 27th question, what they are asking me. Electric dipole is kept in non-uniform electric field. When it is kept in the non-uniform electric field, both will act on it. Force will act on it, torque will act on it. When it is kept in the uniform magnetic field, what will happen? Uniform electric field, sorry. Uniform electric field, what will happen? Only torque will act on the dipole. If it is kept in the non-uniform electric field, both torque and force will act on the dipole. So this is the answer for this. Okay. Next, after finishing of this neat questions, you see what they are asking is first question. A square surface of side L meter is in the plane of a paper. A uniform electric field E bar volt per meter also in the plane of the paper is limited only to the lower half of the square surface. The electric field flux in SI units associated with the surface is how much? Here what will happen? Any charge is there in that surface, in that square surface, any charge is there? No charge. When no charge is there, net flux is equal to 0. Here what will happen? Some field lines are entering. Entering flux will be negative. Some field lines are leaving. Leaving flux will be positive. Equal, net flux value is equal to 0. We can say like this. Since there is no charge in the surface, net flux is equal to 0. So answer for this will be second option. Clear? See the second question. Electric dipole of moment P is lying along the uniform electric field E. Work done to rotate the dipole by an 90 degrees is how much? Work done to rotate the dipole from an angle theta 1 to theta 2 is W is equal to PE into cos theta 1 minus cos theta 2. That is the formula. Here initially dipole is lying along the field. So theta 1 value is equal to 0 degrees. Theta 2 value will be 90 degrees. So W is equal to how much then? PE into cos 0 minus cos 90. Cos 90 value will be 0, cos 0 value will be 1, PE into 1 minus 0, this value is equal to P. Work done to rotate the dipole is equal to P. Okay. Next, after finishing of this, see the third question. Hollow cylindrical surface has a charge q coulombs. Hollow cylindrical cylinder has a charge q coulomb within it. If pi is the electric flux in units of voltmeter, volt space, that is meter, that is not voltmeter, voltmeter unit, that is associated with the curved surface B, the flux linked with the plane surface in units of voltmeter will be. What they are asking is, a cylinder is there. Okay. What is the flux coming from the plane surface? That is the question. That cylinder is having three surfaces. Actually, this will be plane surface. This is also plane surface. Flat it will be there. Don't consider it as curved surface. This will be curved surface. Understanding? This is A, this is B, this is B, this they gave it as C. Flux passing through the curved surface B is pi. Flux passing through the plane surface is how much? That is the question. So here what will happen? Charge Q is there in this. So net flux means pi A plus pi B plus pi C is equal to Q by epsilon naught. Net flux is equal to Q by epsilon naught. Here these two surfaces are similar, A and C. So they will have the same flux, since pi C is equal to pi A. So pi A, pi B they given it as pi plus pi A, because pi C is equal to pi A is equal to Q by epsilon naught. You bring this pi to this side, pi A you add, 2 pi A is equal to Q by epsilon naught minus pi. Then pi A is equal to 1 by 2 into Q by epsilon naught minus pi. So they are asking pi A value is how much? This is the value. So answer for this question will be this one. 1 by 2 into Q by epsilon naught minus pi. That will be the answer for this. Next, after finishing of this, see the fourth question what they are asking. 3-point charges plus Q, write here minus 2Q, not minus Q, minus 2Q, and plus Q are placed at the points x is equal to 0, y is equal to a, z is equal to 0, x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0, z is equal to 0, and x is equal to a, y is equal to 0, z is equal to 0 respectively. The magnitude and direction of the electric dipole moment vector of this charge assembly is what? So simple question only. So always z is 0, z0, z0, z0. No need to consider that z. So this is like this, x, y axis. So Q is placed, one Q is placed here, one q is placed here, minus 2q where it is placed, x0, y0, z0 means it is placed like this. This distance value is a. This distance value is also a. What is the net dipole moment? Actually, it will behave like a quadrupole. 1 minus q will attaches with this, 1 minus q will attaches with this. It becomes as a quadrupole. So how it will be there? Here q, here minus q, and plus q. This is one dipole, this is one dipole. Understanding? Its dipole moment is P, its dipole moment is P. P value will be how much means Q into A. Then angle between them is 90 degrees. So what is the net dipole moment means P dash is equal to 2P cos theta by 2. So 2 into Q into A into cos 90 by 2. This value will be cos 45. Cos 45 means 1 by root 2. This value is root 2qa. Understanding? What is its direction they are asking. Here direction value will be, these two are there na? So this dipole moment is in this direction. This dipole moment is in this direction. Resultant will be in this direction. Understanding? So root 2qa will be the answer. That will be along so this value will be AA. So what will be the option here means root 2 into QA. So this point will be AA na? So it is pointing from x is equal to 0, y is equal to, z is equal to 0 to this point. X is equal to A, y is equal to A, and z value is equal to 0. So this will be the answer for this. That is question number 4. Next, see the question number 5. What they are asking. The energy required to charge a parallel plate condenser of plate separation 4 they given, modify it as D. Plate separation D, and area of cross section here 1 they given, modify it as A, typing mistake, such that uniform electric field between the two plates is. Actually this question is relating to next chapter, by mistaken they kept here. Okay, energy stored in the condenser or capacitor, formula will be 1 by 2 CV square. This is the energy stored by the capacitor. Energy given by the cell will be how much means energy given by the cell. This value will be CV square. Means if the cell is given an energy of CV square, capacitor will store an energy of half CV square. Okay. This C value will be capacity of a parallel plate capacitor. C value A epsilon naught by D. V value is E into D. So E square D square. V is equal to ED whole square. So 1D will cancel here. This value will be A epsilon naught E square D. A epsilon naught E square D. Fourth option will be the answer for this. Next. See the sixth question what they are asking. A thin conducting ring of radius R given a charge Q. The electric field at the center of the ring due to the charge on the part AKB of the ring is E. The electric field at the center due to the charge on the part ACDB will be how much? Simple question only, just to confuse you they asked. Conducting ring. Conducting ring at the center, there will be no field. Understanding? This is the ring. Conducting ring, charge given, charge will reside on the surface. At the center, what is the field? 0. E net is equal to 0. Clear? Now, this AKB part creating a field E here in this direction. This AKB part is, they are assuming this one. This AKB part is creating a field E at the center, it is in this direction. Then this ACDB part will create how much field? This ACDB will also create the same field, and that is in opposite direction. Understanding? Then what? Then only net field will be 0. If this part is creating, actually field will be 0. This part. If this part is creating a field E, the remaining part will also create the same field in opposite direction. That's why E net value will be equal to 0. So what is the field created by this ACDB part means EACDB part, that is also E, that is along in this direction. Okay. So along OK. Along OK. That is the answer. So this will be the option for this. E along OK. Next. See the question number 7 what they are asking. Two positive ions, each carrying a charge Q, are separated by a distance D. F is the force of repulsion between the ions. The number of electrons missing from each ion will be how much? Two positive ions are there. Each is carrying a charge Q and separated by distance D. The force of repulsion between these two ions, F is the force. Number of electrons is how much? Here simple question only this is. Force between the two charges, what is the formula? F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by D square. This is the force between the two charges. So this I am writing it as, we know this is Q into Q, same charges. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q into Q will be Q square by D square. This is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Q value is Ne whole square by D square. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Ne whole square by D square. This is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught N square E square by D square. Okay. Then what is the n value here? N square is equal to, from this, 4 pi epsilon naught d square into f by e square. From this, epsilon n value will be equal to square root of 4 pi epsilon naught d square into f by e square. So answer for this will be simple only. Q place you substitute n, you will get the answer. So this will, for this 4 pi epsilon naught f d square by e square means this value answer will be 3. Next, question number 8, repeated model. A square surface of side L meter in the plane of the paper is placed in a uniform electric field, capital E, acting along the same plane at an angle theta with the horizontal side of a square as shown in the figure. The flux linked with the surface in units voltmeter. Here they gave volt into meter. See, voltmeter how much? Here what will happen? Any charge is there in that square? No. When no charge is there, what is the net flux? 0. Simple question only. So since there is no charge in the square, net flux value will be equal to 0. So that is 8th question. Clear? Next, question number 9, you see two positive the electric field at a distance 3r by 2 from the center of a charged conducting spherical shell of radius r is E. The electric field at a distance r by 2 from the center of the sphere is, there is a sphere. What is its radius? Capital R. At a distance of 3r by 2 means point is outside the sphere. Electric field intensity is E. At a distance 3r by 2, electric field intensity is E. At a distance r by 2, what is the field intensity? They give the sphere is conducting spherical shell, this one. Conducting spherical shell. For conducting spherical shell, inside there will be no field. Okay. So E inside, if you take any distance, field value will be equal to 0. So question number 9, first option. Question number 10, you see a charge Q is enclosed by a Gaussian surface of radius r. If the radius is doubled, the outward flux will be. This is also simple question. There is a Gaussian surface. Charge enclosed in the Gaussian surface is Q. Flux coming from the surface will be how much? Q by epsilon naught. Now what we did, instead of taking Gaussian surface of radius r, I am drawing a Gaussian surface of radius 2r around it. Whether the radius is r, whether the radius is 2r, what is the charge inside the sphere? Q only. When charge is not changing, flux will also not change. Pi is equal to Q by epsilon naught. So the question may ask like this. Just listen. This is the circle. Charge inside is Q. Instead of constructing spherical Gaussian surface, I constructed one rectangular Gaussian surface. I constructed one square surface. What is the flux flowing through that square surface? What is the flux flowing through the rectangular surface? Like that question may be there. Okay, because same charge is there, same flux will be there. It is independent on the size of the Gaussian surface. So answer will be remains the same. It won't change. That is the answer. Next.